Welcome to my PvP class guide series. This series is designed to help you understand your class so that you can hop into PvP in under 10 minutes. Timestamps are in the description below so that you can quickly navigate this video. If you want to support the channel, consider becoming a Patreon, where we offer some physical loot to our supporters. There will be a link in the description below if you want to check that out. Now, let's go ahead and hop into the video. For the Alliance, your best race is going to be human due to their racial will to survive. This ability lets you get out of stuns once every 3 minutes. This gives you the option to run the Relentless Trinket or 2 DPS trinkets for more damage. If you don't want to play human, some other races you could play are Night Elf for the Shadow Meld ability. This 2-minute cooldown causes you to become invisible and can be good for avoiding CC or important cast. Some other options include Dwarf or Dark Iron Dwarf for their defensive racials. Both of these will remove all poison, disease, curse, magic, and bleed effects when used. For the Horde, Orc is going to be the best due to their racial's hardiness and blood fury. Hardiness will provide you with a passive 20% stun reduction, and blood fury gives you an extra burst cooldown. Do note that the passive stun reduction does not work with the Relentless Trinkets. And if you don't like Orc, you're welcome to play whichever race you prefer. Alright, moving on to talents. In the level 15 row, we have Master Marksman. This will provide you with passive bleed damage on your critical ranged special attacks. This is also really nice because bleeds ignore armor. For the level 25 row, you have 2 options, Careful Aim and Explosive Shot. Careful Aim is great in setup comps where you're looking to 100 to 0 someone in a CC chain. If your comp does consistent damage and you won't be getting much use out of Careful Aim, then Explosive Shot is a good alternative. Do be mindful though that the explosion can break CC. For the level 30 row, we have 2 options here as well. Camouflage is great in comps where you need a strong opener, such as if you're playing with a rogue. Since the enemy can't see you, if your partner lands a CC, you can open very hard with a double tap and an aim shot. This gives you an almost guaranteed opener in which you can force a lot of defensive cooldowns. Play Natural Mending for comps where you don't need a strong opener and could benefit more from the reduced cooldown on Exhilaration. The 35 talent row, we currently only see one option. Chimera Shot already does more damage than Arcane Shot, and it benefits from our Precise Shot's passive. It gives us a lot of damage over the course of a fight. Do be aware though that it does break CC. If Streamline gets buffed or Chimera Shot gets nerfed, Streamline will be the go-to in the future. For the level 40 talent row, our only option is Post Haste. This is a great tool that makes it easier for us to kite and land traps. Moving on to the 45 talent row, once again we only have one option here. Double Tap gives us control for when we want to burst, and can provide even more damage when paired with the Careful Aim talent. And for our last talent row, we have Lock and Load. This is the best option as it gives us random burst windows. This can throw a team off guard and randomly provide your team with a lot of pressure. There's 2 PvP talents that you want to run by default. These are Scattershot and Survival Tactics. Scattershot gives us the option to scatter into a freezing trap if we need to. It lets us cross CC, we can use it as a peel, and we can use it if we really need to stop an important cast from going off. Survival Tactics gives us a 99% damage reduction for 1.5 seconds. This has so many uses. For instance, if you time it right, you can basically negate the damage of an incoming Chaos Bolt. Your third PvP talent you will want to swap out depending on what you're going against. Roar of Sacrifice is a strong cooldown that makes the target immune to critical strikes for 12 seconds. This talent is an amazing defensive with a ton of uses. You can use it against things like Rogue Mage to make it easier for you to survive their goes, and even completely negating a Fire Mage's combustion. Next we have Spider Sting, which is a great defensive tool against casters when you're not needing the critical strike immunity from Roar of Sacrifice. And lastly, we have High Explosive Trap. This talent is very underrated but can be used in a ton of ways. I'm such a big fan of this ability that I'll try to use it every chance I get. It is especially good on certain maps like Blade's Edge or Dalaran Sewers. Learning how to make the most of this ability will sometimes give you opportunities to land kills that you would not have gotten without it. I'll be making an advanced guide with Explosive Trap and other utility abilities in the future. Currently, the best legendary is Serpent Stalker's Trickery, but interactions with this legendary, Double Tap, Volley, Aim Shot, and Chimera Shot are causing people to get one shot. There's an extremely high chance that this will get nerfed soon, so we have 2 runner-ups if it does get nerfed. We have a defensive option that is looking extremely strong with Craven Stratagem. This causes you to have a 15-second cooldown on Feigned Death, and it removes most negative effects on you. This is already looking ridiculously strong, but when paired with the Survival Tactics talent, it makes it even stronger. Even though you get the 99% damage reduction every 30 seconds, you are still removing things like dots, bleeds, and curses every 15 seconds. It will be very hard for things like Assassination Rogues, Feral Druids, or any dot caster to keep their dots on you. For a more offensive option, go with Call of the Wild. This will reduce the cooldown of your True Shot and your Aspects by 35%. You'll have your burst cooldown up more often, and also your Aspect of the Turtle and Aspect of the Cheetah for some defensive utility. Alright, before we get into these individually, I'll explain how this system works as a whole very quickly. Before I hop into that, if you're enjoying the video, feel free to sub to the channel and turn notifications on so you don't miss any important updates. Now, let's take a look at the Covenant system. There are 4 Covenants to choose from, and each of them will offer 2 unique abilities. Each Covenant then has 3 followers that are called Soulbinds. Each Soulbind comes with its own passive effects and empty slots called Conduits. There are 3 different types of Conduits: Endurance, which is defensive, Finesse, which is for utility, and Potency for your damaging abilities. Endurance Conduits can only fit into Endurance slots, Finesse and Finesse slots, and Potency and Potency slots. There are 3 viable Covenant options: the Kyrian, Venthyr, and the Necrolord. For Marksmanship Hunter, I recommend the Necrolord. Their Death Chakrams does very good damage, generates focus, and as an added bonus, Death Chakrams does not cleave onto CC'd targets, so it will not break your freezing trap. Necrolord also offers a ton of defensive utility. Their Covenant ability Fleshcraft gives you a shield for 20% of your maximum health every 2 minutes. Now moving on to Soulbinds, your best Soulbind for the Necrolord is currently going to be Plague Deviser Merilith. The 2 passives that he offers are the Ooze's Frictionless Coating, which grants you a shield for a portion of your max health anytime you fall below 50% health, and Ultimate Form, which causes you to become immune to CC while you're channeling Fleshcraft. For your Conduits, this is the route I recommend taking. For your Potency Conduits, you will want Necrotic Barrage and Powerful Precision. Necrotic Barrage will increase the damage and the amount of your focus generated by your Death Chakrams, and Powerful Precision will increase the damage from your passive precise shots. For the Endurance Conduits, choose Harmony of the Tortollan for reduced cooldown on your Aspect of the Turtle, and for your Finesse Conduit, choose Tactical Retreats to add a slow to your disengage. Alright, now that you know how to build your hunter and what talents to run, the last thing we need to talk about is your general rotation and what type of pets you should use. Something that is very important to understand is that the majority of the time, you will want to save your burst damage for when you have CC. Try to save Rapid Fire and a charge of Aim Shot for when you land a CC chain. Aim Shot will be your hardest hitting ability. Make sure that whenever you use an Aim Shot that you followed up with an Arcane Shot or a Chimera Shot to make use of the passive precise shots. To make sure you're not capping on focus, cast Arcane Shot as a filler. If you need focus, you have Steady Shot and Rapid Fire. Steady Shot will generally be your go-to focus builder. Rapid Fire actually does a significant amount of damage, so try to save this when you have CC. Make sure you cast Kill Shot on targets below 20% health. For your double tap, I will always recommend using this with Aim Shot. I know that some people use it with Rapid Fire, and you are more than welcome to. Just be very aware that if you get feared, polyed, stunned, incapped, or just any CC, on the first tick of your double tap and Rapid Fire, you will lose all the damage from the rest of the channel. This is a huge DPS loss, and I only recommend using it if you're 100% certain that you will not be getting CC'd. For a more advanced guide on your rotation, I recommend checking out your class Discord or some of the guides on Icy Veins or Wowhead so that you are maximizing your hunter to its fullest potential. For your pet, make sure you're using a Cunning pet. Cunning pets offer Master's Call, which is a freedom for you or teammates This ability can also be great for getting your healer out of things like Root Beam from a Balanced Druid, or Frost Mage Ice Novas into Ring of Frost. A Cunning Pet will also provide the Mortal Strike debuff, which reduces the amount of healing received from the target. Alright, and that wraps it up for our 10-minute Marksmanship Hunter PvP guide for the Shadowlands. If you liked this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more guides in the future. If you have any questions about anything in this video, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. If you want to support this channel so I can keep bringing you guys the quality content that you deserve, go ahead and check out my Patreon page, where recurring subscribers can earn special loot, or check out my Teespring for custom merch. But that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.